AI is bullshit. 95% of all AI implementation projects fail. The best artificial intelligence can't work without any structured data. And I even add that in terms of garbage in, garbage out. And we already talked about the quality of output of artificial intelligence. And I always say it doesn't start at the end, it starts at the beginning. So everybody says prompting is the bottleneck. I say no. Prompting is not the bottleneck. The bottleneck is leading the system. Because when I look into AI, augmented intelligence, it's like a new intelligent colleague. And when you hire somebody, what do you have to do? You have to brief him or her, you have to skill him or her, you have to train, you have to get feedback. And I always see that people are just giving a bad command into the wrong AI system and wondering why they're not getting the right system. And then they say, this is crap. And I always said, okay, how was your prompt? Which system did you use? Did you enter custom instructions, which you can do in every system? Did you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to your result? Looking to realistic use of technology. Another nice example is self-driving cars. I hear a lot of Germans who say, self-driving cars, I would never go into a self-driving car. So they now have more than 41 million kilometers with self-driving cars in San Francisco. So in that time, they had 11 crashes. They compared it to regular ones, and they are above the 100. And yes, of course, a human being would never be so stupid like a Tesla to drive into a white lorry. But an artificial intelligence would never be so dumb to have a look on the smartphone and crash on the preceding car. Actually, I have a very good friend of mine who's living in San Francisco, and he says, I have a very simple strategy. When I want to cross the street, I always have a look, is this a real driver or is it a Waymo? The moment it's a real driver, he stops. The moment it's a Waymo, he crosses the street. Because he knows the Waymo car has seen me before I saw it. Looking into AI, most of people say, yeah, it's ChatGPT is AI. This is like if you would have a toolbox with just a hammer. And of course, you can use a hammer to drill a screw into a wall. But it's probably not the most elegant solution. It's probably a good idea to have a well-assorted toolbox. Probably it's also not a good idea to have an overwhelming toolbox where you don't find anything. So probably it's a good idea to have a curated set of toolbox. And when you look into studies, for example, in the past, people used Google for search results and didn't get very good search results. So what are they doing now? They're using ChatGPT. This is like drilling a screw into the wall with a hammer. It was not built for that. ChatGPT was built to summarize texts, to create texts, to compare texts. So there's a different system, Perplexity. It is called the answer machine. Because here, you get a question and you get a very structured result. And nowadays, of course, last week I had a friend who said, I did a great text with Perplexity. Yes, it can do it also. It is like taking a screwdriver and hitting a nail to put it into the wall. That also works the other way around, but it's not the best system. So it's a question to say, which tool do you need? And also important to understand the difference between automation and calculation and algorithms and artificial intelligence. And a nice way to understand the difference is looking into a bad day that Garry Kasparov had in 1997 when he lost against Big Blue. A lot of people say this is artificial intelligence. No, that was pure computing power. Now you can play that on your watch. Even when you're not using AI today, use it the time today to clean your data today and to use your existing tech.